What's up, everybody? Is Make It Make Sense, and this news cycle is traveling too fast. But y'all know I've been deep diving. I've forgotten a lot of this stuff about Diddy, 50, Floyd. Like the video as the intro plays, because this is about to move pretty fast.
I was listening to Make It Make Sense. Shout out to Make It Make Sense. Thank you.
Make it make sense to me intellectually.
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense.
Big moves.
Surfer.
Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you see. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things of your dream. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you see. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things of your dream. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense.
No, this is the party.
Oh, why? I just come back when everybody get hit.
Nah, stay.
Nah, it's cool. I just come back later when everybody
I
get hit.
said stay!
Oh, Diddy, alright, I'm here.
Party with me, Daddy.
I'll be the first one here, okay. Where everybody at?
It's just me and you in here today. Yeah. Now come dance for Brother Love.
I mean, ain't no music playing right now.
I said dance for Brother Love! Take that.
Okay, y'all. Shout out to Gossip of the City. They put together some stuff that I didn't even remember. I definitely followed that blog. Oh, this is where it started. So, we all know about Little Rod saying that Young Miami and Daphne Joy were both working girls. 50 doing what 50 does, started trolling, said that, well, I don't know if this was even a troll. He said that he wanted full custody of his son. We don't know if that's because the son might be around Diddy. We technically don't know. Daphne didn't like it. So Daphne responds. Daphne is his ex-girlfriend. This was where she was mentioned. It was alleged that she and Young Miami get a monthly stipend to scratch Diddy's itches, for lack of a better term. Y'all, this is just a lot. It's a hell of a lot. Okay, so her response to this is, I am deeply hurt by the lies in Rodney Jones' lawsuit. The claim that I am a worker is 100% false and a character assassination. I am retaining an attorney to explore all legal remedies against both Rodney and his attorney. She goes on to say to Curtis Jackson, everything is a joke to you until your safety is compromised, which is happening now. You're wreaking real havoc, frenzy, and chaos onto people's lives. How would you feel if Sire was the one in handcuffs for nothing? Now that I don't understand. This whole, if your son is in handcuffs for nothing, are you saying that Diddy is in handcuffs for nothing? Oh, she must be talking about Diddy's kids. Okay. We moved to New York to give you the opportunity to be a father to your son, and you saw him 10 times out of the 2 years that we lived 1 mile away from you. I'm tired of upholding and protecting an image to our son that you have never earned. Let's put the real focus on your true evil actions of R-wording me and physically abusing me. You are no longer my oppressor, and my God will handle you from this point on. You have permanently damaged the last hope I had for you as a father to preserve our family with these last and final false claims made against me. You have broken our hearts for the last time. Now, this did feel deeply personal. I did not ever remember there being a claim of 50 Cent's R-wording anybody. I kind of remembered something about there being something physical, but I didn't really remember completely, guys. 50's not really on my radar like that. However, I don't quite know how to take this. The allegedly banner is up. You went from being in Floyd Mayweather's orbit with allegations of physical abuse. Now, some people claim that Daphne was actually one of Floyd's, whatever you want to call his multiple girlfriends. Other people claim that she was just best friends with Miss Jackson, who was Floyd's main girlfriend. We do know that at some point when Diddy and Floyd were friends, she started dating. I'm sorry, when Floyd and 50 were friends, she started dating 50. It's a roller coaster. And there's a lot of allegations. How do I feel? I'm a person who believes that every victim should be heard. I could not find anywhere up until yesterday where she had a claim of the R word. She had claimed that there was physical abuse, but let's get into that. You guys can kind of put in the comment section how you feel about this. Are both he and she just doing tit for tat? Do you believe her? So Gossip of the City found these old text messages of a young lady named Tatted Up Holly. Now, Tatted Up Holly is this lady. She used to date 50 Cent. She, at one point around 2015, I believe, released text messages alleging that 50 had put his hands on her. So let me show you. Let me go back. It's very hard to read, but from what I can see, it says, "You acted without knowing." He said no. You got way more to lose than me. Let's see how these pics I got of you tearing, I think it says like tearing, or it might say beating. It's very blurry. Beating my ass will look on your record. F you. So then 50 says, Holly. She says, F you. You F with the wrong one. And then 50 said, don't do anything stupid, Holly. Let's calm down. She said, F you. So she also said, now he wants me to calm down. You're nothing but a manipulating woman beater. You're an effing bully. Puts fear in everybody's hearts, mistaking it for respect. I treated this man like royalty, but all I got in return was my butt whipped. Didn't ask him for anything. He would buy me gifts to only take them back. What a man. He wanted my love unconditionally. I'm sorry. I will not tolerate a grown man putting their hands on me. I was good before you. I will be good without you. Yo, I didn't even remember this. Did y'all remember this? I had no idea, to be honest with you. So then I started deep diving on that. And it says 50 Cent apologizes to Tatted Up Holly on Instagram. The model posted text messages, screenshots alleging that the rapper physically assaulted her. Rapper 50 Cent's latest social media tirade has gotten him eating his words, as he has recently issued an apology to his latest victim, model Tatted Up Holly. The candy shop rapper took back the nasty things he said about her character after seeing her being personally attacked on Instagram. It says, according to Gossip, though he did not utter the words "I'm sorry," the rapper extensively gushed about the Instagram model, speaking of their relationship throughout the years, and even warns those who would love to see her down to step back. It says, public apology. This woman is a good person. She's been a good friend to me for a year. He wrote under a photo of the model. I enjoy seeing her grow and progress in so many ways in a short period of time. I have watched people hate her because of me. It's only made me want to see her accomplish more. She's a very special person. She looks up to me, so I wanted to let this be known to people who would love to see her down. I'm never going to let that happen. I'm way too big for that kind of 50 Cent targeted Tatted Up Holly a day ago via Instagram after a blog identified her as a current cinnamon apple, which I don't even know what that is. In a rush to shut down the rumor, the rapper took a jab at the model, posting a photo of her above the caption, "This hoe is community P-word. Me, Trey, J.R. Smith," listing men he alleges that Holly has been intimate with. So this is why the video was titled Double Standards. So Trey Songz can allegedly be with all these people, and he's not a 304. You can be with the same people that Trey Songz has been with. Trey Songz can be with the same people that that Diddy has been with, but these people are not. Just the women who date the men. It's feeling like a double standard. You're mad at her because she didn't have relations with these people, but you've had like, it's like a big old melting pot in Hollywood. Everybody's with everybody. After noticing her name being slandered, Holly posted screenshots of text conversations that she had with the rapper on the photo sharing app. In them, 50 seemed to be begging her to remain silent about the times he allegedly hit her. Both 50 Cent and Tatted Up Holly have removed the slanderous images and the apology from their respective Instagram pages. So I don't know what happened there. I didn't even know this thing was a thing. I don't know. Let's see. Somebody said 50 didn't get raided. He's not the problem. We're just going over the timeline between him and Daphne. Nobody said he was the problem, but these are the allegations. We're going to get into 50 denying allegations, but on this channel, we talk about both sides. And we kind of go into the background. So just FYI. I'm not saying he's a problem. I'm just saying I didn't even remember this stuff. So, okay. So then where were we? We were with, so this was the Tatted Up Holly stuff that Gossip of the City posted. So then they posted this, which is a press release from Daphne Joy and what happened with 50. It says, alleged victim in 50 Cent's domestic violence case is a model actress. Now, remember, guys, I said I hadn't even heard technically about any potential domestic violence. I really didn't, I followed 50 in his early career, but 50 trolling and stuff like that. And I didn't even have Instagram till I started YouTube. So a lot of this stuff was really not on my radar because I wasn't like checking the blogs and stuff every day. It says the Los Angeles woman whom rapper 50 Cent is accused of kicking in a domestic violence incident is a model and an actress who had a part in the Pirates of the Caribbean. Daphne Joy, who was born in the Philippines, has a baby by the rapper and is now focusing on her safety for the child, herself. A spokesman for the Los Angeles law firm Maewether, blah, 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 which is representing her. The alleged victim, whose name wasn't earlier disclosed by authorities, released her name on Friday. Joy played a principal. Okay, she was in the Pirates of the Caribbean. She was in Wild 'N Out, Curb Your Enthusiasm. 50 Cent is facing 1 count of domestic violence and 4 counts of vandalism. Daphne Joy and Curtis Jackson have been together for a few years in an exclusive relationship. They had a child, and now Daphne's number one priority is to ensure both her and her baby's safety during this difficult time. We also hope everyone will respect her and the baby's privacy. This week, however, Los Angeles City Attorney Mike Fueller's office described Joy as a former girlfriend of Curtis. The alleged victim had previously been in a 3-year relationship with Jackson. And it's important to note that Mr. Jackson has not been arrested and there's no outstanding warrant for his arrest. So I think he got probation for this. Let me see. So in terms of her allegations of physical abuse, there is a record of that. I'm showing you guys to show that there is technically no record of the R word. So if you believe her and you take her word for it, okay. If you do not believe her and you acknowledge that that was never in court records, then okay as well. I can only tell you guys what's out there. Now, people started talking about STDs, and I was like, well, how did STDs even get in the mix? What happened there? This came from Floyd. When Floyd and 50 had their falling out, because 50 was always with the money team, they were like thick as thieves for a hot minute. Floyd came out with this. Let me see if I can make it bigger for you guys. Curtis confidential informant Jackson, you're mad because your oldest son Marquis' mother doesn't want to be with you. Your son, your own flesh and your blood, don't want nothing to do with you. You haven't had a hit song on radio and who knows when, and you're definitely not hot enough to even sell records anymore at Interscope. You are jealous of any rapper, athlete, or entertainer that's hot or got something going on for themselves. You are a certified snitch, and we got paperwork to prove it. You talk about Ja Rule, but you stole his whole style and ran with it. You're the only self-proclaimed gangster that's never put in work. You need to pay homage to the real 50 Cent for stealing his name and his storyline. Your claim to fame was getting shot numerous times and living to tell it, and you think that's gangster. Whereas you're currently living in an effing apartment in Jersey. You are always in somebody else's business just to stay relevant. You should just become a blogger because it's obvious you don't have anything going on in your life. Are you mad that Kanye West ended your career? The only thing you got going on is power, and everybody watches that because Ghost is a dope-ass character on the show. You can leave the show, everybody will still watch. But in the real world, I'm the real Ghost. That's not a mansion in Connecticut that you're in debt for. That's a dump, a money pit in an oversized trap house. It was dope when Mike Tyson had it in the 80s and early 90s, but you couldn't afford to maintain it. You're always talking about somebody's broke, but the last time I checked, it was Curtis Jackson that filed for bankruptcy, not Floyd Mayweather. So quick to gossip like a biatch. Why don't you tell everybody how you got herp from Daphne Joy? Where's your memes for that, bro? Or he said DJ. Now that's where that came from. Who needs enemies when you got friends like this? Who needs enemies when you got friends like this? And that's a whole lot of paragraphs for Floyd to have read. That's a whole lot of paragraphs.
I'm Floyd Mayweather, and I'm Floyd Mayweather, and I've joined Heart Radio for the show Your Stripes movement to support hiring vets. Go to the show. And I'm Floyd Mayweather, and I've joined Heart Radio for the show Your Stripes movement to support hiring vets.
There's a whole lot for Floyd to have put together. I'll leave that at that. I'm a fair channel. 50 Cent denies Daphne Joy's R-word claim. Will fight for custody of son. 50 Cent is going to war with the mother of his son after she publicly accused him of the R-word, which he says is a total false claim. Daphne Joy is only making in retaliation for him seeking full custody. Daphne, the mother of 12-year-old sire, and 50's latest drama is tied directly to one of the lawsuits filed against Diddy. Now 50 tells TMZ the disturbing allegations in the sworn pleadings recently filed in court case related to Daphne Joy, the mother of my 12-year-old child, has required me to take all necessary legal actions to protect my son, sire. He continues, the most recent false and baseless accusations by Daphne Joy are clearly in response to my decision to seek sole custody of my son. My son, sire, is my main priority, and keeping him in a safe environment is my only focus at this time. Okay, let's talk. So Daphne Joy is in the space with Floyd. We don't technically really know what her relationship is, if she had one with Floyd, but as I learned today, Floyd has his own history with domestic violence. You're now with 50 Cent, and you allege that he kicked the door down in your apartment, broke your chandelier, and kicked you. He then goes and you file charges. I couldn't get those charges. California is kind of a little bit different with the way that they allow you to access criminal cases. I couldn't get those charges, but I did read the update. I think he got community service, had to pay like $7,000. And I believe some of the charges were dropped. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, yeah, he gets probation. He pleaded no contest to a single count of misdemeanor vandalism, while 3 vandalism counts and 1 count of misdemeanor domestic violence were dropped. So I don't know. I'm just letting you guys see everything because I try my best to be as fair as possible to everybody. But again, the domestic violence charges were dropped. We don't know why, but that gives you the full story, the full picture. But back to Daphne. So after 50, the next big person that I see that she dates was dude who he dated like Jordan Sparks. Just recently he paused his concert to go take a leak. I can't remember his name, but that was the next major person. Then the next person we see her associated with is Diddy, another person who definitely has a type, but the allegations are that he is violent with women. And Jason Derulo, yeah, thank you. Now, you know, they say that when you are a person who has experienced, you know, domestic violence, oftentimes you'll end up with somebody else who is violent. I don't know that to be the case. I've never heard Daphne make any accusations about Diddy. It was Gina, his other somewhat Asian, racially ambiguous girlfriend, concubine, whatever these women are called in his life. She made allegations that Diddy was putting his hands on her, on Tasha K. It is a big melting pot of accusations, allegations, double standards, STDs. I didn't even know that there were allegations like this about Floyd Mayweather until I saw this.
Much darker side to his story. He's had a string of domestic violence, arrests, citations, and in 2010, an incident that landed him in prison. According to the police report, Maewether grabbed the mother of his 3 children by the hair, punched her in the head several times, and threatened to kill her. This was all in front of his kids, who he also threatened to kill before one of them called the police.
I had no idea about this, y'all. I mean, not having social media like that, I just knew Floyd Mayweather was like the best boxer. And his image has changed, I guess, so much because now I just think about him and his grandson. But what I'm talking about in terms of the double standard is Chris Brown was basically canceled like that. If Floyd was doing this allegedly, putting his hands on his baby mama and threatening to unalive the children, it really goes to show you that Chris Brown was only canceled because of the person that he did it to, being Rihanna, somebody who was probably more beloved than him. But Floyd wasn't canceled. In fact, Floyd went on to become the highest paid boxer of all time. He's made over like $1 billion or more now off his fights.
But after Maewether pled to a reduced charge and spent only 2 months in jail, he wasn't ostracized the way Ray Rice has been this week. The Nevada Boxing Commission didn't suspend him the way the NFL suspended Rice. Instead, Maewether has been allowed to continue to churn out paydays, and this despite even more women coming forward with stories of abuse in the time since. Now, given all this, you'd think Maewether would want to keep a low profile heading into his fight this weekend, a fight that's expected to earn him $30 million. But instead, what did Maewether do? He commented on Rice, telling a group of reporters that the NFL, quote, overreacted in indefinitely suspending Rice. Maewether added, quote, I think there's a lot worse things that go on in other people's households. It's just not caught on video, if that's safe to say. Well, the next day, Maewether backtracked from those comments, but when I had the chance
It's kind of disturbing
to speak to the boxer, I asked him about Rice and his own brutal history. Take a listen.
Now, I want you guys to remember that because it's going to tie into Diddy. This is what she said again.
Track from those comments, but when I go on in other people's house, indefinitely suspending Rice. Maewether, he commented on Rice, telling a group of reporters that the NFL, quote, overreacted in indefinitely suspending Rice.
Now, remember, we're going to keep in mind that he said that, right? Keep in mind, it's going to come up in a minute.
stuck to its original 2-game punishment. Then you backed off those comments. Can you just clarify for us what you really think?
Well, I spoke about that yesterday, so I'll leave that in the past and try to focus on my future and try to focus on my fight Saturday, which is Maewether.
Well, okay, but you are someone with a history of domestic violence yourself. You've even been to jail for it. Why should fans root for you with this kind of history?
Everything has been allegations. Nothing has been proven, so that's life.
Well, I mean, the incident you went to jail for, the mother of your 3 children did show some bruising, a concussion when she went to the hospital. It was your own kids who called the police, gave them a detailed description of the abuse. There's been documentation.
Once again, no pictures, just hearsay and allegations. And I signed a plea bargain. So, once again, not true.
But the website Deadspin recently detailed 7 separate physical assaults on 5 different women that resulted in arrest or citation. I mean, are we really supposed to believe all these women are lying, including the incidents when there were witnesses, like your own kids?
Well, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. When it's all said and done, only God can judge me.
All right, well, we've seen this week with the outcry against the
She was not letting go. Guarantee you she didn't get another interview.
NFL. The public wants the domestic abuse problem in this country addressed. Would you consider donating any of the more than $30 million you're going to make this weekend to an organization that educates and prevents against abuse?
This weekend, what I will do is make sure that millions and millions of dollars be saved for my children, because my children are who I love, and that's what I care about.
Y'all, up until I was deep diving, I didn't even know this, but I want you guys to look at this. Look who's in the courtroom with them. Nobody but old Curtis Jackson. Side note, Curtis and Floyd had this horrible troll thing back and forth, but they're now cool. So I don't even know. I don't even know. Somebody said the sound was too low. The sound was up. But okay, so that lends itself to this question of why we had Floyd defending Diddy. Y'all remember this a couple weeks ago? It was so random that Floyd started defending Diddy. Nobody had even technically asked him about what was going on to Diddy, and he offered this. He's still a black man. Floyd Mayweather slammed for saying if his daughter were abused, it would be a choice she made in an attempt to avoid condemning Diddy. Floyd Mayweather has no intentions of delving into commentary regarding alleged scandals and Sean Diddy Combs, but ironically, it is the athlete's own words about the topic that have provoked some to drag him online. The 46-year-old is the latest guest on the Pivot podcast. Early in his chat with the host, Ryan Clark, Channing Crowder, and Fred Taylor, he was asked about his relationship with his daughter, Yaya Maewether's ex-boyfriend and father of her son, rapper NBA Youngboy. The exes have a tumultuous relationship, to say the least. In what was an attempt to explain his stance on not judging the young man for his past mistakes, Floyd brought up the myriad of accusations launched against Sean Diddy Combs in the past few months. I'm not going to speak bad about P. Diddy because he's still a black man. I mean, mistakes happen, and I can't say if it is or if it's not a mistake, but things happen in life, and P. Diddy's business is P. Diddy's business. It's not my job or anyone else's job to go on the internet and stomp him and kick him while he's down. Maewether added, my take on it is it's not my business. I don't think it's right at all, and I don't condone it, even if that happened to be my daughter. Now, hold on. Because even if Maewether is not on the internet doing this, wasn't Maewether like one of the financial backers of Hollywood Unlocked, a blog who discusses hot topics and current events in people's lives? I know him and Jason Lee are like best friends or something like that, but I want to say that he's also like one of the backers, right, of Hollywood Unlocked. Let's see. Maewether, Hollywood Unlocked. Now, I don't know. I'll have to check into that. I'll have to check into that and see if he's actually a backer. Maybe he's just really cool with Jason Lee. Let's see. Okay, here we go. He said, my take on it is it's not my business. I don't think it's right at all, and I don't condone it. Even if it happened to my daughter, I would be hurt, but that's the choice that my daughter made. So I don't want to kick nobody while they're down. I did not really know where these comments were coming from, but now after finding out that he had all of these allegations, now it makes a little bit more sense to me. Y'all, we got like over 4,200 in the chat. Definitely hit that like button. Kimmy Nicole says, happy Friday, everybody. Thanks for being a member for 10 months. Tennessee, thanks for being a member for 19 months. She says, hey, Mims, I was just finishing another video of yours. Thanks for staying on it all the time. Thank you. Thanks for being a member for 19 months. And Kimmy says, Floyd, oh, I don't know if this is true. Floyd allegedly unalived his BM when she sued him. The thoughts and opinions of the straight shooters who send super chats are not necessarily those of the Make It Make Sense brand. Allegedly. Okay. So let's move on to Diddy. Now, y'all, Diddy's attorney and Lucian Grain's attorney and Tyrone Blackmore, Little Rod's attorney, have all been fighting. Diddy's attorney tried to get the case dismissed. So I'm not going to go through all of these things with you, but he is putting these in as exhibits. Let's see. It says memorandum of law in support of motion to dismiss the first amended complaint. And he lists all these reasons. This is just normal, but basically what he's saying is Lucian Grainge was not necessarily. He's saying that Lucian Grainge was not aware of any of the RICO stuff, any of the sex trafficking stuff. These assertions are not only false and legally baseless, they are chronologically false. The FAC is based entirely on naked conclusions. Not a single fact is pleaded showing that any cash was ever provided to Combs or Love Records. Motown paid or reimbursed Love Records for invoice recording costs pursuant to the licensing agreement as part of the advance against Love Records. Second, Cassie Ventura's complaint was filed November 26, months after Motown's license agreement with Love Records was terminated. Adi's claims were not publicly reported until December 2023. As a chronological fact, neither provided any notice to UMG. Like, he's just going through claim after claim. So we're not going to read this. We're going to get to the messy part where the two attorneys write letters about each other again to the judge. He goes on to say, there is literally not a single factual basis set forth for any of these cash allegations. Compounding their falsity and actually confirming that plaintiff and Mr. Blackburn know their cash payment allegations are complete fabrication. The first amended complaint also alleges that UMG defendants, supposedly to conceal and hinder authorities from catching Mr. Combs, failed to make tax filings reflecting the alleged cash payments. Y'all, it's going to get nasty. Tyrone Blackburn, not one to sit down and not, says this. As you are aware, this firm represents the plaintiff, blah, blah, blah. As part of the plaintiff's amendment, he received a declaration from Ethiopia Haberton. In Mrs. Haberton's declaration, she states that Mr. Grainge was her direct supervisor and that UMG provided authorization to establish and fund the Love Project. The plaintiff determined that UMG and Motown Records had a general business partnership based on the public statements on their websites and LinkedIn business pages. If the court visits the attached links, it would see for itself that as of the filing of this letter, Motown still refers to the deal with Mr. Combs as a partnership. Diddy and Motown partner up. Diddy will be dropping his latest album on our label this summer. On top of that, we're helping establish his latest and most exciting venture yet, Love Records. Who are y'all believing at this point? Like, it's getting really nasty. I have now gone through a hell of a lot of cases and a hell of a lot of complaints, but Tyrone Blackburn and Lucian Grain's attorneys are definitely having a pissing contest. And I assume that Tyrone will probably be dropping some more receipts later on. Defendants are solely responsible for their public statements regarding their partnership with Mr. Combs. They did not have any issues marrying themselves to Mr. Combs when it was popular. Now, suddenly, after Ms. Cassie Ventura filed her lawsuit on November 16, 2023, they are treating Mr. Combs like he has the plague, and they are trying desperately to rewrite history despite what is presently on their websites. Now, if you guys remember when I broke this story with the whole Carisha being, an ex-worker and all that kind of stuff, we went through the amended complaint. And the amended complaint gave us so many more juicy details. And we also saw that there was an allegation that Mrs. Ethiopia was saying that she was Lucian, or one of the attorneys was basically saying, I'm the attorney for Ethiopia. And it was very clear from that amended complaint that Ethiopia has her own attorney. So I don't know. I'm going to have to go back to Dimitri and see how this is going to work, because how can somebody technically say that you are representing somebody when they have their own representation? Why are you trying to speak for him? Tyrone is saying that we have a declaration from Ethiopia that says that you guys were funding this. But when you go to Lucian's attorneys, he's saying that all of this is categorically a lie and they had no business partnership. So at this point, it's just like, who do you believe and who's going to present enough evidence? Not to be outdone, Lucian's attorney came back and said, Mr. Blackburn complains about the UMG defendant's waiver of service and process. Blah, 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 blah. Mr. Blackburn made no effort to serve process. The UMG defendants were absolutely entitled to waive service, effectively admitting that FAC he authored, signed, and filed against the UMG defendants is foundationally based on completely fabricated allegations. This is lawyer talk for I got something for your ass to Tyrone Blackburn. Mr. Blackburn has simply swapped out the original baseless foundation for the RICO and X-trafficking claims against UMG defendants for a new baseless foundation, invoking only loosely worded press reports about Motown Records partnering with Combs, then newly formed Love Records to distribute a single album. It's y'all. First off, this case is not going to just get dismissed. But you know what I'm enjoying? The back and forth. Because not to be outdone, Tyrone came back with this. Defendants have indicated they have no intention of giving plaintiff consent to amend the pleading, even though they sent a threat of sanctions letter demanding that the complaint be withdrawn or amended. As plaintiff sees no reason to withdraw the complaint against defendants, UMG, Motown, or Lucian Grain, plaintiff has opted to amend the pleading. It is clear from the second amended pleading that the defendants either negatively or intentionally funded the activities of defendant Sean Combs. Y'all, they are now submitting multiple letters to the judge each day. You can't make this up. It really is a point of who are you believing at this point? K-Bragg said, waits for Sloan Bella to upload. Exactly. Tanika says, have an amazing day. Love your content. Thank you, Tanika. Audrey says, thank you for being balanced. I try. Sometimes it's hard, but I try. Trap House Mystery says, love you, Mims, but where's my Tumblr? Oh. Okay. Yeah, so members only. Members only. You have been on it, Trap House Mysteries. Yeah, this Tumblr, it's for members only. So, let me write a number down. How do I not have a pen? Thank you for reminding me, though. Okay, I wrote a number down. Members only. First one to get it gets the Tumblr, and I'll try to mail that out today. As long as you Instagram me your name and address. Members only, so you'll know if you're a member. I need to do this because I can't see members on StreamYard. I wrote down a number between 1 and 500. Members only. You guys can put you guys can put it in the chat. Let's see. And just please vote only one time. I don't see it yet. I've seen a couple people get close, but nobody as of yet. Let's see. Somebody got close. Okay, DB got it. The number was 50. Y'all, sometimes it's easy. The number was 50. The first person to get it was DB. So DB, let me see if I can put it in the thing. Y'all, we've been talking about 50, 50, 50. So DB, go ahead and Instagram me your name and your address. My Instagram is Make It Make Sense Now. You have won the Christian Louboutin tumbler. And we still got, I'll probably get you guys some more stuff just to celebrate that we hit 150,000. We still got that Versace keychain. On the next live, we'll do that one. And that'll be for anybody. You don't have to be a member. No purchase necessary. It's just me. I just, sometimes I pick up some stuff for y'all. So yeah, this is yours. You send me your stuff. Make It Make Sense Now. I'm going to drop the link before I go so that we could have a face-to-face just so I can verify you are who you are. And then it's yours. Thank you for being a member. Now let's get into this. This is some shit. I want you guys to see and you tell me what you're thinking about this. It says Diddy Fed subpoena multiple companies after Miami, LA raids. Now, why do I think this is important? Because the allegations are about 50 and his criminal enterprise. So they're going to be looking at money. I wouldn't be surprised if they're looking at, these kind of payments, whether they're personal payments or business payments to the Daphne Joys and the Young Miamis. When the feds have you in like this kind of chokehold, I don't even know how I don't see a pathway out for Diddy at this point. I just don't.
Because Diddy, you're going to jail.
No, he's going to jail.
It says the raids on Diddy's homes are just the start. The feds are issuing subpoenas to companies doing business with them, aiming to identify anyone with info pertinent to the sex trafficking probe. Sources with direct knowledge to TMZ subpoenas, all bearing Diddy's real name, Sean Combs, were sent this week to various providers tied to the rapper, including his private charter jet, phone providers, and computer companies. We're told that subpoenas were filed off by the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York, which, as we've reported, is running the investigations. Our sources say subpoenas will also be issued to commercial airlines and possibly the FAA, just in case Diddy opted for commercial flights instead of private jets. As reported, the Fed's goal here is finding out who flew on Diddy's dime and where they went. They're not only looking for alleged victims, but also any potential witnesses that could support or dispute allegations of trafficking. Now, y'all, remember, Jane Doe alleged that she was underage when she got on a private plane to go and meet up with Diddy. And she alleges that Harvey Pierre was the one who picked her up and brought her. So that's a record that they can find very easily. Not only that, but we have Young Miami, who is saying that she was nowhere near. Here we go. Young Miami is saying that she was nowhere near this performance where she was allegedly bringing Tusi to Diddy. Says Diddy's ex Young Miami, Pink Coke claims slammed by sources, have name clearing evidence. Young Miami is accused of being a mini drug mule for Diddy thanks to recent charges producer Rodney Little Rod Jones made in his wild lawsuit. A major load of manure, according to sources close to the City Girls rapper, because the dates don't add up. Now, what I find interesting is that she's upset about these claims, but when in the initial complaint, they were saying that her cousin had assaulted this man, she was quiet. Now, y'all know I like Young Miami. I like the City Girls, but, you know, she's very rarely quiet. Why is this the part where she really has the biggest issue? Or is this the only thing that she technically only has proof of? I'm telling y'all, Young Miami is probably redoing her taxes right now. Because if you just have large sums of money being deposited into your account, and what is the money for? Like, there's a lot of questions. Anything over $10,000 is usually flagged. Was Diddy just consistently sending her money? Was she on some type of payroll? Like, this discovery phase is gonna be a hell of a discovery. Here's the new scenario. Little Rod is now claiming that Miami assisted Diddy to secure coke and ecstasy behind an ecstasy blend known as Tusi, per an amendment his lawyer made to the suit on Monday. But sources familiar with the sitch say Miami's team is outraged by Rod's filing. And what sources are telling TMZ Hip Hop is that she was actually getting fitted for her glitzy Met Gala dress with her style team during the time Rod claimed she was acting bad. I didn't like this. I didn't like it at all. The timestamps indicate she was in NYC on April 30th, 2023 at the time of Rod's claims, miles away from Diddy and the crew who were in Virginia at the time. Rodney alleges Young Miami stood in for the now arrested accused drug supplier Brendan Paul after he forgot to snag some sweet Tusi for the team's rehearsal for Pharrell's Something in the Water Festival, where he made a surprise appearance on stage. Rod says Diddy's top consultant, Christina, then called on Young Miami to save the day with the party favors, and Miami complied. Miami and Diddy, okay. So here's what I think. I get that there's timestamps, but just because you were getting fitted for a dress does not mean that you didn't hop on the plane for a 30, 45-minute flight, drop something off, and come back. I don't know these things to be true. I'm just saying, I don't know that I believe Young Miami. Empress says the higher ups are throwing Diddy under the bus. He is a sacrificial lamb. Wonder if they're going to be satisfied with that or if they're planning on totally eliminating him. Empress, I've been hearing a lot of people feel this way. A lot of people have been saying that Diddy, once he sued the major liquor brand, then all of a sudden he became a target. I mean, everybody in this chat is allowed to have their own opinions. I don't know that I believe that. I feel like too many people have come out with similar stories about him not to believe it. And I know that Diddy has always affirmed that he was not guilty of these crimes. At the end of the day, I view him settling the lawsuit with Cassie as an indication that there were truths in Cassie's lawsuit. But again, in this chat, you're allowed to feel how you feel. Food for Thought says, I just want to say it's not about our favorite artists being gay or being black. It's about the abuse of men, women, and children. Exactly. Julian, blessed day, Mims. Keep up the great work. We love you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Latanya says, love your content. Please send link for membership. The link for the membership is in the description of the video. Thank you, Latanya. For even considering joining. I appreciate that. Miss Jackson says, keep your foot on their necks, Mims. Hit the like, y'all. Thanks, Miss Jackson. Blah, blah, blah. Said, oh, thank you for becoming a member. Danielle, congrats on 150K. No, I know Danielle. What's up, Danielle? Looking good in that picture. And Danielle Williams became a member. Thank you, Danielle. Okay. Okay. So let's see. Go here real quick. There we go. Okay. So y'all. Now this one was funny. I don't want to show you. I'll just let you listen. Take this out. So Suge Knight had some things to say about Brother Love. And I want to see if you guys agree.
Talking about the puppy situation. First, I like to pray for his family, kids, basically.
I don't like that they put that. I feel like they are going to take my video down. Let me find it without the Tupac music in the background. Let's see if other people have the audio and not just TMZ. I know where I can get it. Oh, they all have this stuff behind it. I don't like that because they'll probably take my video. They'll take the monetization for this video. Oh, so I have to paraphrase. Let's see. Nope. It's still real smart, TMZ. Basically, Suge feels like this whole brother love persona is not gonna work in prison. So he's gonna have to clean that up real quick, or it's gonna be.
You're the bottom. That's why you're over
Yeah, no, I'm not about to. I already get in trouble too much on YouTube. Let's see. So Diddy hits Top Golf in Miami amid trafficking investigations. I think it's good that he's still doing some normal things with his kids, but do y'all think it's really that he's not worried at all? Or is this like a front?
Feeling like a little kid, I'm still standing there.
Y'all tell me what you think. Thank you for the super sticker, Sharon Collins. And blah 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 says, do you really think Young Miami is an ex-worker? I don't think she is. To me, there's a difference between your man taking care of you financially and being a worker. That's a big debate that they have going on between the manosphere and what is it, the pink pill sector right now. There is a difference between dating for money. There is a difference between being actually, a sex worker. There is a difference between being a concubine. We don't technically really know what it was. They never actually claimed each other. They go together real bad. We saw her calling him Poppy. She alleges that the internet came up with the $250,000 she was getting per month. She just didn't say anything to say that wasn't true. We don't really know what the relationship is. Do I think dating for somebody for money necessarily makes you a sex worker? No, I don't. I think a lot of people get married for money, male or female. I think a lot of people get married for security. I think people date for security. I don't think that necessarily makes you a sex worker. But The claim is that she is one. The claim is that there are wire transfers for money and that she was a drug mule. We'll find out when everything hits the fan. We'll see if there's a lawsuit filed against him. We'll see if the feds have been looking into these wire transfers. At this point, blah, blah. I have like my mind set on certain things. And then 2 days later, something comes out and I'm like, here we are. And we got to talk about it. But I want to see what you guys say to that, because that's a pretty good question. She didn't say that in a song. Couldn't she say he just gave her gifts? How long do you think before an arrest will happen? Now, even though we saw his house raided, an arrest could take months. If they go to, if they present everything to a grand jury and the grand jury says, I see, you did this right. Here's the evidence. Here's the facts. But then again, people are saying, the conspiracy theorists come in and say, well, Diddy is too connected. Diddy has dirt on everybody. He'll get off. You never know with people with money. Remember, Epstein got off initially. Epstein was guilty of the crime. They allowed this man to go home every day from the prison and then work from the prison. You really never know what money will allow you to get away with. Gifts have a money cap on it before you have to file them. So it depends. Exactly. And we're going to need this. Carisha's taxes are going to come up. Wire transfers just means he gave her money. Lots of men do this for their women and friends. Yes, but like it was just stated, there are, caps and stuff for gifts. And was she technically an employee? There's so many questions that this lawsuit, he just threw everything out there. So if Daphne Joy sues him, we'll see. We don't know what Diddy's relationship was with Carisha because they basically kept it very quiet. We don't know what Diddy's relationship is with Daphne Joy. We don't know if he's just sending her money as well. The bigger question is when you have consenting adults who are doing what consenting adults do, should you be nailed to the cross for that? We have a lot of people who, hate on female sex workers, but what about the Johns? The Johns seem to kind of skate by. People aren't really concerned about the Johns until they get caught. And then it's like, okay, well, they have a charge for, soliciting a prostitute. It is a double standard. The conversations need to get had. Once you, do something with somebody, all their bodies are basically your bodies. Y'all and all did it. And a lot of these people aren't even using protection. Callie says prostitution is illegal in many states. Yeah, but it's being a sugar baby. Somebody even had a comment and they were like, we're not ready for the conversation about what a sugar baby actually is. And then the comments blew up in that. Like, well, are you trying to say that a sugar baby is a sex worker? Because they're not. And then, people from the manosphere was feeling like, well, it is technically a sex worker. You're paid for sex, not for love. Who knew that Diddy getting arrested or Diddy getting raided was going to have all the sectors having philosophical conversations on what we deem appropriate and moral standards and decency? Who knew that Diddy was going to get us talking like this? OMG memes, all of them are walking STD clinics. Quantum says, did Young Miami have an advisor besides Diddy to warn her about these large cash deposits? She was basically being used as the fall girl. So you're thinking that the cash deposits were for her to also be a mule? Damn. Danielle, thank you for being a member. She says, thanks for always keeping it real, memes. Food for thought. Money in exchange for sex acts makes you an S worker. Setting up pee-pee showers with friends for a stipend for cash. If it quacks like a duck. Damn, you came through with a message. And Lex, thank you for being a member. Lex says semantics memes. Purely Joy says no ninja is sending monthly payments just because you're friends. Be for real. We know what it is. Yes, but does that necessarily make you a worker? If you're casually dating somebody and you are, you know, they're a billionaire and you are involved with them, does that necessarily make you a sex worker? That's the question. Young Miami is, what did you say, Callie? Young Miami is probably just being as an employee or a 1099. He owns a business. The IRS, I used to work at the bank, so we had to know about different amounts and what to look for, withdrawals, deposits, and wire transfer. Why are the intelligent black people so interested in the Diddy raid? Yeah, I saw Stevie call out 50. I don't think he wants it with 50. He didn't even lay a hand on anybody other than Benzino on Love and Hip Hop. Jocelyn was doing all the fighting. The prophet says, yes, she is a worker or a mule. What about Saucy? Now, I don't think anybody's paying Saucy Santana to do either one of those things. Y'all are crazy. I gotta head out. We still got to do our Candace. Diddy stuff has kind of taken over, but we still got to do our Candace Owens. I still got to finish my Nickelodeon stuff, and I have not followed up yet to see if we can get the interview with the person who was in the Nickelodeon documentary. So we have a lot going on the channel. For those of you guys who celebrate Good Friday, it is Good Friday, and for those of you guys who celebrate Easter, Easter is only in a couple days. So whether you celebrate it or not, I hope everybody gets to spend some time with their family. If anything else pops off, I'll keep you interested. In the replay gang, I kind of want to know how you guys feel about all of this stuff that Daphne Rose just brought back up to light. Do you believe the allegations about 50 Cent? Do you guys remember the stuff that I showed you about Floyd Mayweather? Because a lot of that was new to me. Lady D, thank you for being a member for 2 months. I got to go hit the gym though, y'all. So y'all have a good day. Like I said, if anything else pops up, I'm going to see you guys here. Like the video on your way out. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I'm dropping the link right now for DB. You do not have to come on, but please hit the link so that I could just see that you're a real person. And hopefully I can get your address now. The link will work even after the live is over. If not, Instagram me or Make It Make Sense Now so I can mail out your Tumblr and I can mail out Angie's Alexander McQueen bracelet. So have a good day, y'all. I'll stay here for a minute. Like I said, you can still click the link after the live is over.